Mixture is defined as the compound of chemically separate parts. Tutorials are scheduled in the final week of the term. Most of the lectures begin promptly, so do not be late.
It is clear that national trading system is a good thing. Currently, the growth of the company is unpredictable. Computer is a great source of knowledge for the students. We are moving at a very fast pace. The timetable will be posted on the website in the morning. All students do their homework at home.
Road safety measures can reduce accidents. Tomorrow's lecture has been canceled due to the power cut. I am glad that Professor Gordon just joined our faculty. Extension is only available under special circumstances. Digital scans of archived materials are provided with a small fee. Optional tutorials are offered in the final week of a term. The office opens on Monday and Thursday following the freshman seminar. Students live in the residence hall during the term time. Calcium's nutritional value enjoys growing popularity every year. Over the years, more and more students are young. Today we have a guest speaker who is visiting from Canada.
It is a debate about the value of knowledge.
You may not manage your time well without a reading list. Even the most motivated students may need help to choose their careers. Many students are now studying science, technology, engineering, and maths. We encourage students to complete applications before the deadline. Visual aid is really helpful for revising. The rationale of my research is to present the value of the urban ecosystem. Our students have participated in exchange programs to widen their horizons. Keeping organized class notes makes study time more efficient. We no longer respond to any postal reference requests. There is no ideal debate on this topic. While some people regard it as care, others regard it as reckless. Social media has a significant impact on journalism. The full list of undergraduate programs can be found on the website. The integration of archaeologist studies with community projects is widely encouraged. Accountancy students need to submit their dissertations this week. Political assumptions are based on voting behaviors. I can't hand out my dissertation this week. His analysis study appears to be based on the false premise. One student representative will be selected from each class. Researchers found that trees can relieve stress and anxiety. We are committed to recruiting candidates from all backgrounds and identities. A lot of agricultural workers came to the East End to look for alternative work. During that time, people had large families as an insurance against some children loss. The topic next week on colonialism will be the nuclear disarmament. He was constantly looking for ways to bring industry and agriculture closer together. The university will seek a colossal renovation to the plain empty theater. We will study the following pictures in the next lecture. Today's lecture is canceled because the lecturer is ill. He wants to study medicine but needs more qualifications. Exam results will be published on the notice board. Reserved collection books contribute to the most achievements of students. Some people regard it as care, while others regarded it as recklessness. The college includes two branches, physical and social sciences. The study of nutrition is a growing field. The study of physiology involves in traditional sciences and social sciences. The American astronomers made a plan for landing a spaceship on Mars. Students will study the language literature in ancient Greece. In language learning, a systematic method of organizing new categories is essential. There are a number of people familiar with this process. The Earth's atmosphere is primarily composed of oxygen and nitrogen gases. All the student union students can register their names to get that service. Practical experience is a vital part of legal training. Poor posture and neck strain are common for office workers. This course mainly introduces statistics and data analysis. The department will continue to offer 3 new scholarships next year. A demonstrated ability to write clear, correct, and concise English is bigotry. Technology has changed the media we both used and studied. The posters are on display at the larger lecture theater. Graduates from this course generally find jobs in insurance industry. It is doubtful whether projects can be finished this week. Before submitting the paper, your thesis must be approved by your tutor. The untapped potential use of sun rays is phenomenal. Protective goggles must be worn in all the university's laboratories. Industries now bring more job opportunities than agriculture and fishing combined. The department is organizing a trip to London in July. Close the door behind you when you leave the room. Foods containing overabundant calories supply little or no nutritional value. Assignments should be submitted to the department office before the deadline. Communication skills are increasingly important in recent years. The tutorial timetable can be found on the course website. Members should make concentrated contributions to associated operating funds. Many experts think that the world climate is changing. Plants are the living things that can grow in land or in water. Artificial intelligence has made significant progress for the last few years. Industry experts will discuss job opportunities in an automated workforce. The key witnesses to the event have conflicting recollections. There have been long streams of extreme weather since human history. Mechanical engineering first became prominent during the Industrial Revolution. He wrote poetry and plays as well as scientific papers. The economic predictions turned out to be incorrect. The terms illness and disease are confusing despite clear differences. The degree is taught by using a mixture of lectures and seminars. The amount of time spent on configuration varies considerably. Thousands of people turned out ahead of the prestigious election. There is no economic recognition that borrowing is necessarily bad. The deadline of this assignment is tomorrow. Many university lectures can now be viewed on the Internet. When the roots of a plant failed, foliage suffers. A new collection of articles has been published. Measures must be taken to prevent unemployment rate from increasing. Calculators allow us to add numbers without making mistakes. The disease that was serious has now been eradicated. Imported packages are likely to be used in many computers. Your ideas are sophisticated in seminars and tutorials. Linguistics is the scientific study and analysis of language. All of your assignments should be submitted by next Tuesday. The History Department is very active in research. The Commissioner will apportion the funds among all the sovereignties. You will be tested via continuous assessment and examinations.
Audition of the university choir will be on hold until the next week.
The farmers need to adapt to the changes of the climate. Honey can be used as food and health product.
The course involves pure and applied mathematics. Academic libraries across the world are steadily incorporating social media. Many diseases on the list have been eradicated. Trees benefit the city by absorbing water running off-road. Many universities' lectures can now be reviewed on the Internet. Neuroscience is a compound of completely separate parts.
The year when the ship of artifacts was wrecked interested historians.
Americans have progressively defined the process of plant growth and reproductive development in quantitative terms. Speed is defined as how quickly an object or a person moves. Tribes vied with each other to build up monolithic statues.
The stock market redesigned the market throughout the world. The castle was designed to intimidate both local people and the enemies. International exchanges form the important part of our study program. Sugar is a compound which consists of carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen. Note lecture will begin punctually, so please do not be late. Journalism faces the crisis in the light of the digital revolution.
The student shop has a range of stationery.
Graphs and charts allow data more easily to be understood.
Late applications are not accepted under any circumstances. Students should leave their bags on the table by the door.
The collapse of the housing market has triggered recessions throughout the world.
Momentum is defined as the combination of mass and velocity. The North Campus car park could be closed on Sunday. Your ideas are discussed depending on your seminar or tutorial. Archaeologists discovered tools and artifacts in ancient tombs. We need to answer security questions if we want to reset the password.
Salt is produced from the seawater or extracted from the ground.
They developed a unique approach to training their employees. Some people are motivated by competition, while others prefer to collaborate. You were advised to revise the project.
The new media has transcended the traditional national boundaries.
We cannot consider an increase in price at this stage.
I thought it was thrown in a small meeting room.
Students find true or false questions harder than short answers.
We were able to contact a number of research subjects.
The history of the university is a long and interesting one. The garden behind the university is open to the public in summer.
Make sure you choose a course that provides great career opportunities. Astronauts are using light years to measure the distance in space.
Strong liner is used to measure distance and baseline. A laptop has been found at the biology lab.
Universities should invest in new technologies designed for learning.
Tutors should set a clear goal at the start of the class. Time and distance are used to calculate speed. The poster of this play is hung in the large lecture theater. The cooperator operates a continuous assessment. Students who study overseas can significantly improve work chances.
Strangely, people are spontaneously impressed by statistics.
Research shows the exercising makes us feel better. Protective clothing must always be worn in the laboratory.
Peer review is an essential part of the scientific method.
Our laboratory equipment is provided free of charge. Manufacturing now brings more people in than agriculture and fishing combined. Every student has a regular meeting with his or her personal tutor. Consumer confidence tends to increase as the economy expands.
You need to hand in the essay next semester.
More graduate training is often needed after the university study is finished.
We study science to understand and appreciate the world around us. We have not yet achieved equality in our society. Water taps on the campus will discourage the frequent use of plastic bottles. University fees are expected to increase next year. Traffic is the main cause of air pollution in many cities. This morning's lecture on economic policy has been canceled. There is a welcome party for all new students each term. There is a pharmacy on campus near the bookstore. There are some doubts about whether these events actually occurred. There are many branches of medical studies. The ways in which people communicate are constantly changing. The vocabulary that has peculiar meanings is called jargon. The time of the math lecture has been changed to 10:30. The synopsis contains the most important information. The qualification will be assessed by using a conference criterion approach. The other book is not thorough, but it's more insightful. The nation achieved prosperity by opening its ports for trade. The most popular courses still have a few places left. The lecture tomorrow will discuss the educational policy in the United States. The introduction is an important component of a good presentation. The first assignment is due on the 14th of September. The faculty staff are very approachable, helpful, and extremely friendly. The exam system has been upgraded due to professional exams. The essay will be published once the research is finished. The Earth's atmosphere is mostly composed of nitrogen and oxygen.
The marketing budget has doubled since the beginning of the year.
Timetables for the new term will be available next week.
The plight of wildlife has been ignored by local developers.
The dance department stages elaborated performances each semester. The course helps students to improve their pronunciation skills. The campus tour will help you to get familiar with the teaching facilities. The business plan seminar includes an internship with a local firm.
The author's early works are less philosophical and more experimental.
The assessment of this course will begin next week. The artists tied with the conservative politicians earned the roles of critics. The article considered the leisure habits of teenagers in rural areas or places. The application process may take longer than expected. The aerial photographs were promptly registered for thorough evaluation. The ability to work with fellow students cannot be stressed enough. Students who attempted to go to the conference must register now. Students are advised to use multiple methods for this project. She began by giving an outline of the previous lecture. Sea levels are expected to rise during the next century. Scientists are always asking the government for more money. Scientific beneficiary to space exploration is frequently questioned. Remember, the prestigious section has strict eligibility criteria. Please remember to bring a highlighter and your textbook to class next Thursday. Please note, submission deadlines are only negotiable in exceptional circumstances. Peer group pressure has a great effect on young people. Packaging is very important to attract the attention of a buyer. Our professor is hosting the Business Development Conference. Many birds migrate to warmer areas for the winter. Making mistakes is fine as long as you learn from it.
It is really a comprehensive program comprising both theory and practice.
It is absolutely vital that you acknowledge all your sources. Important details from the argument are missing in the summary. If you need additional help, please visit the University Resources Center. If finance is a cause of concern, scholarships may be available. I will come back to this in a moment. The archaeologists' new discoveries stand out in previously overlooked foundations. Lectures are the oldest and the most formal teaching method at universities. Some economists argue that the entire financial system is fatally flawed. He landed his job at a very prestigious law firm. The theme of the instrumental work exhibits more of a demure, compositional style. Student representatives will be visiting classes with voting forms. We have sophisticated ways to study in brain action. Students requiring an extension should apply sooner rather than later.
Nurses can specialize in clinical work and management.
Efforts are being made to reduce harmful emissions. Education and training provide important skills for the labor force. Daily practice can build confidence and improve skills. Convincing evidence to support this theory is hard to obtain. Clinical placement in nursing prepares students for professional practice. Climate change is now an acceptable phenomenon among a group of reputable scientists. Please click the logo above to enter the site. Before submitting your dissertation, your advisor must approve your application. And in that regard, as well as in other regards, it stands as an important contribution. Although sustainable development is not easy, it is an unavoidable responsibility. All the educational reforms have been inadequately implemented. All students are expected to attend 10 lab sessions per semester. All of the assignments must be submitted in person to the faculty office. A person's educational level is closely related to his economic background. A massive accumulation of data was converted to a communicable argument. A good architectural structure should be usable, durable, and beautiful. A celebrated theory is still the source of great controversy.
Every student has both the right and the ability to succeed.
Economic strength of early Roman Republic will be examined.
All dissertations must be accompanied with a submission form.